We're back.
All right, so as you can see, the sun damage is gone, lines are smoothened out, brow heaviness is removed. Look at this.
And here, his whole skin, the pilosebaceous units of his skin are reduced.
Yeah.
Again, the laser and the cream
And you can
treatments.
see an eyelid. Here you can't see an eyelid. Look at the eyes. The eyes are open.
That crease in his upper lid, how much more white and colored over the eye we see. We can do that with an upper lid buffoplasty. His bag is a very common reason we see people. So in him, it's this lid to cheek junction is smooth. You really can't tell that there's two subunits here, how we split the face. The eye being one and the cheek being the other. Nice and smooth here, well demarcated in this aged kind of bad side of the face.
So he's essentially got a double bubble. He's got this fat pad that's herniated, or it's just pushing outwards. And in youth, you see, look, from lash line going all the way down to jawline, it's a smooth transition. As we age, we do what's called compartmentalize. We compartmentalize. We know where eyelid starts, eyelid ends. Cheek begins, cheek ends. Lip begins, lip ends. And when we want to rejuvenate, we want to turn that back and kind of create that anti-compartmentalization.
Exactly. So, and that's all about smoothing these edges or these transition zones. So, they did it with Photoshop. In my hands, I think Dr. Mamar would agree. Fat transfer with laser and creams. What the fat transfers allows us to do is kind of brush in almost to sculpt these transition zones. So this is a crevice, meaning a divot, like a valley, and we kind of fill that valley. So it takes away the shadow. You fill here. Same with the temples as an area. See how here there's a thick shadow. And on this side, it's more of a convexity.
The other thing he's had that no one's talked about is he most likely has had a skin cancer on his nose, and that skin cancer was closed by a flap called a bilobe flap that was borrowed from this side of the nose. And with the Photoshop, they kind of smoothed that area out. So a CO2 laser, the same thing we talked about here, would improve that scar. Since there's a strip running down, you're not appreciating it. And he does a great job of covering it up, most likely with a silicone plaster, something like a Hollywood grade silicone.
Other than the orange complexion that he shows on TV often, he has a good esthetician, I think, who helps him out before video and talks. Yeah,
totally.
So now we'll just sneak down to this lower third. His nose, they really didn't do much other than smooth out his skin. You can just appreciate the fullness of his lips. Now that's just because we all lose fat as we age. There's sun damage. You get sunburned on your lips. He has fair skin, so his lips are much more full in the attractive side. Again, fillers for this or fat transfer, really.
See how there's a slight downturn here on this commissure, on this edge, and on this side, just a slight upturn. And they're giving him a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow just to be hip. Now, the next area to go is the neck. That's one of the most important areas in a youthful face. And when we see fullness under the chin, that automatically tells us not hot. And we want a hot Trump. And a hot Trump would really benefit from a little liposuction here, right under the chin.
Not everybody wants a hot Trump, but that is true. There's liposuction takes care of the fat, and then he has this redundant skin, so you have to treat all the things that are involved. So we can tighten the skin by either resecting it back behind the hairline or within the ears, or tightening it with a laser. It's really all relative to how much laxity there is, on each specific patient.
So the take home, we can make a beautiful Trump.
There we go.
Just give us the opportunity.